Okay, Jeremy here, Jeeps Unlimited, 303-666-9020. I'm listing a lower grade YJ tub. We really try to find these as clean as possible, but every once in a while something else special comes up on them. In this case, it had a really nice hard top set of half doors and some upper sliders that are hard to get. And then of course the rack and whatnot. Plus it's an engine that's got some wiring that's sought after, so blah, blah, blah. Ended up with this guy, and actually I thought the tub was going to be a grade A because when I seen the photos of it the guy had online, it was this side, and this side is absolutely beautiful. The frame is clean as well, so more than likely it got into a fender bender at one time, or just over the years of use. So it's a Colorado Jeep, which is nice. It hasn't been out the East Coast at all. So let's just go over it so you can see exactly why we're going to price it, what we're going to price it, and see if it's something that's worth for you. If you're in the Midwest or East Coast, this is going to be a really nice tub for you because as you can see, floorboards, and it's got a shitload of dirt on them, but get under that dirt, it's paint, red paint, which is factory. So what we would do on something like this is we would strip it down. We get a deposit on it, strip it down. These do usually sell before we have a time to, specifically YJs, CJs, sell before we have time to dismantle, basically. So we take a deposit on it, okay? And if there's anything that I miss, based on the price I put it up for, then it's either refundable or we find you a different one. But if it's everything I've disclosed and areas that then it is what it is, kind of thing. So with that said, it is something that we if you're not happy with it, we're not going to just say it's tough luck. We'd find you something else. It's just a matter of, hey, this is what we've said it is, and we do give you videos and photos of it, and if you say yeah, I could work with that, then great. If you say no, then we just find you another tub. Okay, now if we completely miss something major on it after we get it blasted with the Hotsy at like 5,000 psi, and we blow a hole through it that we didn't know was there, and you say, I don't want to mess with it, then yeah, we can cancel it out. Okay, so that gives you the assurances that, and we've done it for so long, I've never actually had one do that, but I think people just like to just know that is an option. So this has got a ding on the back corner here. This is accessible from the inside. That corner is by no means needed to be replaced. It's not rusted at all, but do want you to see there is a good sized ding there. And then this is kind of where the fun would begin on your part. So from this corner, and this has probably been hit, and again, this was probably fixed versus replaced. A lot of times when they're hit pretty hard in these corners, they sell the corner from this seam over to this seam, and it's easier just to replace this than deal with all the Bondo, which is what this one has. So from that all the way over to about right into this area here, I would say probably up into this door, but if there's any work here, it's pretty thin, and then it just gradually has gotten thicker and thicker down through here. So you could replace this whole corner with a nice one. Matter of fact, I might even have that panel if that's something you're interested in, if you did just want to re-weld that. Although there's no seams when you get into this area, and this is why a lot of times they do just fill this in, because your seam is basically here. This panel is a continuation all the way up into here and over, so you'd almost need to want a whole side if you're going to replace this. But again, that's probably not necessary. This isn't a bad job. Somebody could definitely come back in here and re-clean it up, and probably use something a little bit more modern, that's not like this old 80s Bondo crap that they put in it and cracks over time. Again, just kind of depends. So this tub is going to be priced significantly lower than our YJ tubs go for because of the damage back here. But otherwise, the floors are solid. The rockers are pretty good. It's got a nice little ding here, you can see. Looks like it brushed up against something. But up through here, the cowl, that's all nice and solid on it. The windshield frame looks good on it, so I'm sure, and again, this would be one of those areas that if we pull off and it's blown out underneath, which happens on those Midwest, East Coast Jeeps, then we either find, if you didn't want to mess with it, we find something else for you. or refund it. Floorboards on this side, again, lots of trash in this Jeep. Haven't even had time to clean it out yet. But if you get under here, you can see that red paint, which is what we're looking for. And that looks good too. So it's gonna have nice floors in it. It's gonna have nice torque pockets underneath. Nice driver's side, nice cowl area, back area. Tailgate obviously does not include it, but we can work something out if that's something you need. And then mainly it's going to be this right rear passenger corner that's going to need to be addressed. Again, depending on what you're doing with it, okay? So appreciate all your time. 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. Real quick, I just want to briefly walk up front and show you the difference in that tub versus a grade A tub. I've gotten, actually I have two kind of grade A's. I'd say that one would be a C, because that usually A's are like no major body damage. They're gonna have a little bit of dings in them, no rust, but nothing major. B's are gonna have corners that are gonna be bad, a little bit of body damage, still no rust, or no major rust, let's put it that way. No torque pocket rust on the bottoms, no floorboards need to replace, all that stuff. So that's going to be like your B grade, and then your C's are going to be like that. That's going to be like a C grade, and we're going to price those tubs right around the $1,500 mark anytime you get a C grade. So this tub over here was in a fire in the front. We've already parted out most of the drivetrain on that, and everything was great on it, which is, you know, awesome. But it's still got a nice tub left. That's going to be a B grade, and I'll show you why here in a second. And then this guy here is like an A grade tub. So this is going to be in your 3,000-ish, 3,100, 3,200 price range. And once I pull everything on it and clean it up real nice, we'll be able to fine tune that price a little bit. But you have no rust up in the windshield frame area. Floors are solid. Most of the factory paint is still. And on this one, there's no broken roll bar bolts. Those love to break off on them. So up top, down low. It's not been overloaded. They get a little wavy if they've been heavy, you know, if they've been loaded with bricks or sand or something in the back of them. The rocker guards down here below, a couple dings down here, pretty common, but nothing major there. Corners are going to be solid again, maybe a couple dings on them, but nothing major. This one has been painted for some reason. It might have had a ding in there at one time, but again, that's pretty minor. That corner's still really nice and clean and straight. I bet they had something blow up, because it's painted everywhere, speckled. Looks like they had lost a can of spray paint or something in the back of that. Who knows? But anyway, again, a couple dings on it, but nothing major. And you know, we'll lift it up when we get it cleaned up. This one would be available if it hasn't already sold. A lot of times, like I said, these sell before. This one came in dismantled, and that's part of the reason it hasn't sold yet. We don't even have it listed, so that one won't stick around. And then you got this guy. This is what we'd consider like a B plus. I've looked at this tub, pretty good, nice clean cowl, good rockers, no dings down here. Floors, it's got carpet in it right now, but from what we can see down there, floors are really nice and clean. It's got a little bit of dirt. So again, that's something we'll clean out real nice. Back corner, nice and clean, no dings, dents here. Lower rocker underneath your tailgate, nice and clean. Here's the one spot on it right below the tailgate, kind of an unusual spot to actually see on a YJ. A lot more times you see these on a TJ or a CJ to rust out here. So this would definitely need about a 4x4 panel here. Nice flat spot, easy to get into from the back side of these torque pocket here. And again, who the heck knows why that did that, but it did. That's the only spot of rust on this whole Jeep. At least until we pull it and if we find something else. But so this tub is going to be priced right around that $2,500 mark. And again, if we pull it and we find something else, then we go from there. The windshield frame on this one looks really nice, even on the front side of it. And in fact, it had a carpet. This had a hard top on it and full doors, and that's nice to find too, because if they don't, a lot of times they've sat out in the rain, specifically with carpet in it, and that can rust them out. So anyway, hopefully that gives you kind of a general idea on what we do out here on our tubs. And then of course we have our frames, and we have 7 acres of everything else that you can possibly imagine out here as well. So we appreciate all your time, and thanks for watching this video. 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com.